Hey VC, I thought I would share a little bit of my old college scrapbook, and it's got lots of ticket stubs from shows that I saw, including Billy Idol with Faith No More, which was my sisters and I both, all of us loved Faith No More, so I took them to their first concert to see Faith No More, who opened for Billy Idol. And we were lucky to live in a time where there were lots of all ages shows, and I got to take them to Fugazi, and I took them to some punk clubs and stuff that I probably shouldn't have, but we had a lot of fun, and it was awesome. And I also loved going to see a lot of local bands like Clockhammer, who we thought would be around forever because they were awesome, and DeSalle, who were an industrial band, and Al Jorgensen produced one of their records, and I thought it was really cool that they were on 120 Minutes. They were one of my favorite local bands at the time. Me trying to be this tough stuff. When CDs first came out, I would save the long boxes and use them as posters, or put them in the windows of my car like they were giant stickers. I love D-Light.
One Saturday I took a walk to Zipperhead. I met a girl there, it's you almost knocked me dead.
My friend Mark was in the Mud Brothers. He was the drummer, and this is a clipping from where he played on campus. And we were always talking about going to see the Grateful Dead, and luckily I got to go with my friend Kat to see the Grateful Dead. And on our way to see the show, we also stopped and saw some bands and some clubs. And one of the people that we stayed with had a band staying at her house at the same time, and it was Ed Hall. And they were so stinky coming out of the van from being on the road so long that she made them roll in a baby swimming pool full of dishwashing liquid before they could come in the house. Fishbone and Primus show, amazing. First time I'd ever seen anybody break bass strings in a show. Fishbone is amazing also. We thought Mike Watt and Firehose and Minutemen were awesome from the very first time we saw or heard them on a skate video. My sisters and I watched skate videos as often as we could find them. And we went to a skate demo at a place in Nashville called High Rollers. We saw Tony Hawk and a bunch of other skaters at the time. And I used to send off for stickers as often as I could to see what they would send me back. This is from Lollapalooza. Had a great lineup at the time. We got to meet 24/7 Spies. One of my friends was friends with them, and so we got to hang out with them and went to several shows. I worked for a while at our college radio station, which at the time was just on public access channel, and they gave me the job of interviewing a lot of bands. I don't know why, because I always get all stumbly and nervous when I'm put on the spot, so it was probably horrible, but it was a lot of fun working for a student radio station and helping put on shows and interview people who came to town. I drove a little bug at the time, and I always had tons of stickers on there. When I would take the stickers off, I couldn't bear to throw them out, so they always ended up in my scrapbook. So these are a few of my little bug stickers. When I got my first pair of Doc Marten boots, like actual real Doc Martens, I thought that was like the biggest thing because they were expensive and they were authentic. Anyway, yeah, so I had to save the stuff. And then when we went to Rollins, I grabbed the playlist off the ground. I always tried to grab playlists or pics or whatever was left over from every show if I could grab them. I went to see U2 with some friends, and really the big thing I wanted to see was Big Audio Dynamite, because I thought that's that remaining bit of the Clash that I could still go to see. It seems like most people just didn't recognize their awesomeness. There are lots of things that I've given away out of my scrapbook. From this Pantera White Zombie show, I had some pics from Dimebag Daryl, or they had his name printed on them, and I gave them to a student who was starting a band. There are lots of things like that that I just gave away. Probably in better hands. My last year in college was my sister's first year. My sisters are twins. Their first year in college, and they were really big into dance music. So when they got up to school, they wanted to go to raves as often as possible, and I had a lot of fun going with them to pretty much every event that we could go to. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed our little trip through memory lane.